Public hearing on the alleyways, and we'll start off with, on my list here is the Hicks subdivision. If anybody would like to say something about the Hicks subdivision. That's Mr. Hicks.
That's it. Hicks subdivision, so leave it like it is.
Hello.
Hey. How you doing? All right, sir.
All right, how are y'all?
Good.
Anybody want to say anything about that? Mr. Hicks, you want to talk? About the alleyways?
Well, I want to hear what you had to say about it.
Well, I'm just opening the floor up to the people that lives along that alleyway
Yeah.
and let them talk about it. So if you've got something you want to say, if you're for it or against it, just whatever you want to say.
But I don't feel like you're doing right by closing it.
Hmm? Okay,
When we laid that property out, before we sold any property, we laid that alley out. The city agreed to it, and I expect them to stick to it.
So you're happy maintaining the alleyway?
Yeah.
okay,
And, after we got it laid out, before we sold anything, I put chert on that
Right.
alley and put gravel on top of it from the Alpha Insurance out to Hicks Street. And I built me a double garage at the back. That's where I parked my pickup. And that's my way out. It's facing the alley.
okay. So you're saying that you don't want us to give it back to you or anybody else along that, so that's fine.
Well, you can see what it's
Yeah.
doing.
Oh, yeah. And I'm good with that. Whatever y'all want's what we
I
want.
spent all that money for the land and designated for the city, and they accepted it. And I spent all this other money where the utility trucks can come in there in the wintertime or anytime and not mar up.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, that's my way out. I built that double garage back there expecting it to be that way from now on. And I get out and
Okay.
How many more properties?
Anybody else here on the Hicks? Anybody else on the Hicks? You for it, giving it back, or you
What
want
was
to
the
keep it?
purpose of sending out the letter where we mail back in saying whether we were for it or for it not, you know, if we're gonna have to come in and say the same thing again?
Okay, well, that's good.
Because I said leave it as it is.
Okay, that's that's 2 votes for it then. To leave it just like it is on the Hicks side, on the Hicks subdivision. Okay.
it sure would be doing me dirty after
Mhm.
I've done all I've done. That, and we laid all that out. We had 2 houses up there on commercial property. We moved them out where
Okay.
business places up there. We've done everything we could to help the city.
It's as far as I'm concerned, it's gonna stay just like it was on the Hicks subdivision. Is that good enough? We'll have somebody make a motion for that.
I make a motion that the Hicks subdivision stays like it is.
All right, there you go. All right. We just wanted to offer it. We didn't try to push it on you or nothing. We're not
I
trying
wanted
to
to
do
hear,
that.
what we wanted to hear as well, I
Yeah.
didn't see the letters, we wanted to hear what your concerns
We
is,
didn't
that's
see
why
my
you're here today, so we
Yeah,
can hear it.
I don't,
Because I don't know.
different, you know, but
And I'm good with that. I'm good with leaving it just like it is, for y'all's sake and the people down that road right there. But it was started in the previous administration to do something with this, and so we're just following through with it, and we're not trying to push it on you or whatever. If y'all want it like that, we're gonna leave it like that. So, we're good to go.
are you one of the councilors?
I'm the mayor, yes,
Okay.
but we're
See, I
not,
got married at Chandler's house.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you got Donnie's house?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, well, we'll leave it, well, he's gonna make a motion when we get into council meeting, we'll leave it just like it is. You don't have to worry about it. We won't put this out there anymore.
Well, I'll take care of it, there ain't no question about it, I always have.
Mhm.
And I've seen that alley has been taken care of ever since we designated to the city.
Mhm.
It's mowed and kept clean, one end to the other.
Good. We appreciate people like you doing that kind
Well,
of service, and you're doing a great job.
I don't wanna hurt the community, I wanna help it.
Oh, I do too.
Proved it.
That's exactly the way I feel about stuff like that, so we appreciate you, and we're gonna leave it just like it is.
Well, I'll tell you while I'm up here, I voted for you,
Well, good, thank you,
and the other guys too.
thank you. You have a great day.
Appreciate it.
All right, now then, we'll go on to the Mims subdivision. Anybody wanna say anything about the Mims subdivision? For it or against it, so, it's open, the floor is open. Go
They
ahead.
don't have, Rose?
All right, we got three right there that's for it.
Mims? Okay.
Mims subdivision. Okay, anybody against giving it back to the Mims? The Mims subdivision up there behind Danny Matthews on that hill up in there. Anybody want to say anything about that?
You can still drive from one end up to the other, it's just like it's always been.
Mhm.
And I've been needing someday to put my service line underground,
Mhm.
but I haven't because it's not my land.
Yeah.
We got a big maple tree in the backyard, the service line comes right through it.
Mhm.
And sooner or later, it's, a high wind's gonna cause it to split, and I'm gonna probably have some major damage. I would like to be able to use the alleyway to swing my service line around into
Okay.
the meter box.
All right, nobody against giving that property back to the owners on the Mims subdivision? Okay, somebody want to make a motion to
I'll
that?
make that motion too.
Okay, all right, we'll give y'all's property back to you because that's what y'all want, and we'll go forward with that. Okay, now then, we'll move over to the Bowman subdivision. And anybody here in that subdivision? Yes, ma'am?
Pam Watts, I think I'm on lot.
Pam Watts?
Lot 19. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
got you. Yeah. You're
There ain't
what?
no road back there, it's just grass.
Mhm. So if we give it back to you, it's not gonna matter?
No.
Okay, all right, so you're good with us giving it back? You're the only one here? Anybody else?
I don't see nobody.
I'll make that motion too, Mayor, we'll give it back to them.
Okay, all right, we'll take care of everything. All right, we'll give it back to you. All right, everybody good on that?
That's the one on Second, right?
Mm-hmm, yes, that's the Bowman, yes,
Everybody's good.
Second Avenue,
Yeah, well, I just want to make sure, as far as I know, everybody's for it over there.
okay.
All people are serious.
All right,
I got some advice for you.
okay. Yes, sir. Was you going to talk about any of this?
Yes, I think, my mother's place, I believe that's the one that's by Jimmy Higdon, is that?
Yes.
Jimmy Higdon's on here.
Yes.
Who's your mother?
Well,
Mother's place?
it's me and my brother, Edward and Doug Longhorn.
Yes. I seen the Longhorn on it. Yes.
When I talked to Jim about it, does that mean we have to have this reshot, resurveyed?
No, I think we're gonna do that.
The city will do that.
You just getting free
You get free land.
Yep.
Yeah.
Getting it back.
We're just giving it back to you. We're gonna take care of all that.
And any damages from trees is on you, it ain't the city. So that's what.
And that's part of the reason we're doing this is to get out from under that liability of that property.
You can take back care of it and we can.
Okay, so I've got somebody that's gonna make a
Yep.
motion
Got it.
on that? Okay. All right.
On the Hicks, what about the liability on that?
It's still ours.
Okay.
So,
Is there any way we could word it where?
No.
Yes, and
Oh,
yes,
no.
or no?
yes, I done checked.
Black and white.
Black and
I
white.
wanted to move that around, but you can't do it, so,
Okay.
no, it's still our responsibility. Okay, we will, come out of the, public hearing, and we've got about 4 minutes before we can start the work session. So appreciate everybody coming out. We'll get started off with prayer. I got Chief Smith, who's going to do that.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this night. We thank you for everything that you're doing in this great city, Lord. Be with the council and the mayor and all the department heads and every city employee, Lord, to help us keep this and maintain this city as great as it is. Give every one of them wisdom and let them do the right thing, Lord, and we just thank you for this day. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, it's the first of the month meeting, so we usually start off with Chip Wood, come up and give us kind of update on the bridge, on the Chevy's Bridge.
On Chevy's Bridge, yes, sir. We have the plans completed, ready to submit to AlDOT. We're working on the final cost assessment that has to be submitted along with the plans. Should have that this week. And after that, we're just waiting on acquisition of right-of-way. I think Nikki can probably tell you where that stands, but, we're just kind of in a waiting mode, waiting for the property to be acquired.
Okay. So look like it's probably gonna be November.
November, yeah, we missed the deadline for September. There's not one in September. There's not one in October, and the next letting after that is November 3rd.
Okay.
So it's early in November.
All right.
Are we for sure in November?
Not till we get the property acquired, nothing's for sure.
And we're working on that right now. That Bradley Weisner is working on that, and it's going pretty good. So we're hoping all that'll come together in the next few weeks. So
If we can get it in the next 3 to 4 weeks, then we can meet the November letting.
okay.
Like I said, it's early in November,
I
November
just,
3rd.
these people just ask me all the time, they don't think it's gonna happen, so I'm trying to.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
I keep telling them it's gonna happen.
It's
you
gonna
know.
happen.
It's gonna happen in November.
We've been saying that for about 5 years,
Yes.
so I mean, we're ready,
I don't wanna-
we're ready to see some dirt motion.
Yes,
Yeah, we all are, and the wheels just move slow.
Right.
Yeah.
understood.
All right. Well, hey, we appreciate it. And if there's anything that we need to do to speed up the process, let us know.
We'll do it.
Keep us informed with anything that's going on, and hopefully we can get that November letting to let this out, to bid.
Yep, sounds good.
Anybody else got any questions? All right. Thank you, Chuck.
Thanks.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, this is not Adam, but, Caleb. This is on Boozer.
That's right. So on the Boozer Road, moving along pretty good. We got some comments back from AlDOT on the right-of-way tracks. They wanted us to change up some formatting, so we're gonna have that resubmitted again this week. Just the track sketches is all it is. The track maps or the right-of-way maps are already done, they're ready. So, like I said, as soon as we get those okay through AlDOT, then the track sketches will be good from them. And then I checked with the Corps of Engineers for the permit. The permit's not a big deal. The Corps has been backed up, so they've had it since the end of May. So I spoke with a guy today over in Decatur, and he promised me by the 17th he would be finished with the permit. So once we get that, that goes to Lori Conway, which is the environmental manager for AlDOT down with Innovative Programs. So she'll complete the environmental document for us, which she said wouldn't be a big deal once she got that permit. According to her, once we have that environmental doc, we can acquire the right of way. Those were the steps she laid out to us. So that'll be not too much left on that side. We've done a few things on the side, which we submitted a slope waiver request. We've got some steeper slopes around the edges than 3-to-1, but that keeps our culvert down and costs down a little bit as well. And we're still waiting from the county. They've committed, to help us out with some of the work. And so there's a waiver form that we've sent to them. Ben Luther has to sign it, being the county engineer. And he had to get with the commission and get their approval to sign off. So we're still waiting on that letter back. I would have expected already, so I've reached out to him again to check on the status of that. Basically, the state just wanted something in writing from the county saying we acknowledge our forces are going to be used on this federal funded job.
Did that pass that month ago or so?
I think it's to them, but I don't think they've ever sent it back.
Yeah, I think it's just a verbal so far.
Yeah, it's just a verbal.
What was that?
If he's.
We had spoken with them and they're good with it, it's
They're
just
good
waiting on
with
the
it?
signature.
Yeah.
It is just a
But we gotta
verbal.
have that signature.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's right. So that's what I'm waiting on is the paperback. They've never verbally said they weren't on board with it. So I think DeWitt Jackson was the commissioner, and he's always said that he wanted to help out originally. And so that's still the case. We just need their signature on the piece of paper so we can send it on to Aldott. But as far as that goes, that's kind of where we're at. The plans have already went through a 30% design review, and so we're just really waiting on some of the right-of-way items, and then our drawings are pretty close to being ready to submit. We may go ahead and submit them ahead of the right-of-way acquisition if that takes a little bit longer. But we're probably still on track for January, February lit, as long as nothing unforeseen takes place.
Okay.
So.
Thank you very much.
Any more questions? So at that point, sometime along through there, we'll get right-of-way, get ready to start doing the right-of-way like we're doing right-of-way on the Chevys.
Yes, sir.
At that point. And
So after next week, we should have the Corps of Engineers nationwide permits, just a generic permit for the project. Once we have that, we'll send it to Aldott, and the environmental manager will do this environmental document, is what she called it. She said it's not a very big process, but once she does that, that's what we've been told is holding up acquisition of the right-of-way by the city. So a matter of 3 to 4 weeks.
It don't make sense why they hold it right away because it's environmental.
Adam mentioned you'd said that last meeting, but that's what we were told by Lori Conway.
Yeah,
She's the environmental manager for innovative programs.
not
So-
anymore, she got a new job now.
Okay. She was the
You
environmental
probably
manager
know
for innovative programs.
I'm not gonna, not one day last week, she's taking another job now.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't see why we can't get the right of way out of the way. We need to go ahead and get it done if we
Right.
can.
Now, we did make some changes they requested to the,
Well, I understand about
The track
changes, but
sketches.
you know,
All I got to do with right of way.
yeah, we need to go ahead and get the right of way out of the way.
they just want them shown on a different kind of,
I guess when the state tells us we can get right-of-way, I mean, they approve the right-of-way that we've got to get, is when we can get it.
I understand that, but he's saying the environmental was the issue. I said, what's environmental have to do with the right of way? That's my argument. We need
I'll
to
check
go
with the new environmental manager.
If
If we got somebody new to do it. So I'll give them a call tomorrow and see if I
Is,
can track down, see if anything changed.
There you go.
Is, what's his name? I'll contact him. Is he doing this one too?
Derek Hodges?
Derek Hodges.
Yes, sir.
I'll find out from him why we have to wait on right of way.
Okay. Okay. I'll check tomorrow as well and see if I can find out something. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, department heads. Willie, got anything?
Got a few things. Okay, Councilman Rawson, we've received first of all, we've got a donation from Blue Scope to purchase our first batch of ALS supplies. We sent Mr. Husky to advanced EMT school, looking at moving to an advanced EMT service, which will raise the level of care we can provide on medical calls and stuff, allow us to give a few different drugs and stuff like that. Blue Scope gave us a donation to do the initial buy on those supplies. We had some money donated from RTI for the purchase of iPads to go in the trucks to use on medical calls, on refusals and reports and things like that. Got a couple of CPR classes lined up. One this coming Wednesday at the fire hall. I believe it's at 1 o'clock. Gonna be looking at doing a community CPR class. If anybody's interested, we'll be getting a date together on that. Everything is going very well.
Good.
That's all we got.
Thank you. Yep.
We did have one officer resign this week, last week, it was the week before, I'm sorry. Officer Penninger resigned, we accepted his resignation, and it's for y'all to accept as well. We're still just chugging along, how well we can do.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you have a good report today with Devlin and the SRO?
I'm sorry?
Did you have a report today with Devlin and the SRO?
I did, he said everything went well with that, he just was at Plainview initially today, because Cornerstone hasn't started yet, but
Right.
he started initially with Plainview today, he said it went very well.
That's good. What about the other one?
I'm sorry?
What about the, any more issues with the dog catching?
No,
And
we're still getting dog calls every day, at 2 or 3 a day, I believe, but they're still, still working it out and taking care of business.
Good job.
Good.
Appreciate you, Chief.
Sure.
Just finished up our summer reading program, getting ready next week to start story.
Good. Sam?
Winding down with the pool. We've closed now during the day because all the kids have went back to school. We're just having parties through the end of this month, and then we'll shut it down. Pee-wee football started rocking. We're looking at doing fall softball and baseball. We've got some interest so far, but I don't know if we have enough yet. I know Plainview is having a Bear Day Friday night, I believe, at 6, where they're going to recognize all the Plainview football teams and all the Pee-wee teams, cheerleaders and everything. So that would be something for the public to attend. And everything's rocking right along.
Good.
I think it's about, is it
Say 5 or 6?
6.
Tim? Anything?
I can't think of much to say about Development Center wise. Y'all don't like our Facebook page, that helps. It's been going for several weeks and it's starting to build. Needs a lot more people to like it so it can, the post can spread quick and bigger. Chamber wise, it's just 12 days to our annual golf tournament. We're on track to raise $10,000 plus for our scholarship program again. So if you know anybody wants to play, tell them to hurry. We probably only got room for 2 or 3 more teams at this point in time, and that might fill up in the next couple of days. As far as I know, it'll be as many teams as we want to have in the area, but by the end of this week, probably anyway. I don't think anything else.
I guess that means, Miss Linda, we need to give you a check.
Okay. Miss Linda, you got anything else to say about the golf tournament or anything?
Well, it looks like it's gonna be the best year we've ever had.
I mean, do you need to done some of these guys?
Yeah, well, anybody that has, done a whole sponsor, we don't wanna call names, but, you know who you are, Brandon.
I think it's on this end of the time.
We're good. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Or Bijan, I'm not sure if we got his. We'll have to check our records before we call any names.
They will call you out on the battle.
Well, it's going for a really good cause, they've over the period of years, I don't know how many $1,000 y'all, raised for scholarships and stuff, so it's really good. Really good to
I
support.
think we've played in the last 2 years. It's really grown. So
Me,
Think I'll eat a biscuit.
me not being a golfer, I don't think they need me over there playing, so.
They serve breakfast there. I've never hit a golf ball either, but we always have a biscuit.
I drive.
Sam, you got anything from engineering side?
I did get email today from Alleyways in Rainsville that you got a fully funded agreement for the streets, George Wallace, Steelbeck, and Lofton. Governor Ivey signed it July 25th. Said we could proceed with the plans and the contract documents. So he's already done some of that, but hoping it would be approved. And also the engineering contract for Ranch Road, I emailed that to DECA Friday, and I'm waiting on their approval back from that. we have to get their approval before y'all can agree to it, so.
All right.
That's all I have, 'cause I think somebody else take care of the head walls.
When do you expect the paving to start on that?
Yeah.
Cause we are getting several phone calls on George Wallace, it's kinda rough.
Oh.
So I didn't know what.
You're probably,
Here's your call.
Is that right now? There's unloading equipment, brother.
I would say, you know, end of September, 1st October, somewhere in there.
Okay.
It depends who gets the contract, too.
That's my best judgment.
Yeah.
A lot of factors involved beyond our control. We're considering using the county's negotiated bid price because we haven't had much luck getting Good Hope, Whitaker, and all these other folks. We've always contacted them and let them know we're bidding them. It's too far to haul an extra Gunnersville, Alabama to Rainsville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good Hope is located down in Keener on Highway 11, just inside the Etowah County line. They bid on projects in Fort Payne and all, but we just can't get them to come out here. And the county bid price is,
It's pretty good, reasonable.
yeah, it's reasonable. It's,
Yeah.
seems like wearing layer is about $85 a ton, and the binder's $79, something like that. So,
Does that still make any of that Fort Payne? At the quarry down there, do we have any access through there?
yeah, they got a plant down there.
Right, I mean, I didn't know if that was still.
Yeah, that's normally where they bring it from.
This project was done in section. It's coming
Fort
from
Payne.
So, that's all that I have. And as far as Ranch Road, they're looking at next spring.
Next spring.
Which one is French Road?
That's the one I'm talking about too, man.
Oh,
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
How about the latest on the bridge on George Wallace? You want to discuss that and see how we're gonna fix it?
We got a price, and it's way more than what we thought, so we're gonna try to get some more prices.
We're
Yes.
gonna fix that before we pay it,
We're gonna try our very best to fix it.
because it's getting better.
Yeah. But we've got, I mean, it's gotta stay, reasonable too,
Yeah.
so. But the price we got was high, really high. Okay, all right, we'll go right on and, go through everybody if we can. We got about 25 minutes. I'll start off, the update on the ADM, down at the Burn site, and, I told you I had some more costs to figure into that, the last time we met, and the, Jerry Hartline was $14,950. James Payton, his consulting and all the work that he done, on the environmental side was $2,511.33. The cost to the landfill was the part that we didn't have any idea how many tons it's gonna be. They charged us $25 a ton, and it was 830 tons that we had to haul. And the reason we had to haul that is if that dirt was tarnished or blackened because of the burning, we had to haul it down there. And there was no negotiating in that. It had to go to the landfill at Collinsville. Then the ADM fine is $4,000, so that totals out at $42,211.33. And that's what should be the final total on that. Now, the project is about 90% finished, 95% finished, something like that. It's already seeded back with hay over the top of it, grass growing, coming up. So that is pretty well behind us on that. Now, ADM said that they would come back and inspect it after it was, completely done. So that's the part that we hadn't got the inspection on yet. Now, they did say that fine would be sometime around 1st of September, October, somewhere along in there. So that's an update on the ADM and the burning. The next thing I have is to hire Sam Phillips for the Ranks Road project, and that's pending the ADECA approval, which is the paperwork that he had to send into ADECA. That's the approval of that, for that project. The other one is to hire Kim Irwin, which is Morton Associates, for the Paragon Road project, which she's the associates that has got the grant and stuff for us. Now hers is ready to go, so we can go ahead and approve me signing the papers to hire her. The next thing I have is I have a closeout of a dormant bank account at First Fidelity, and it's got to be transferred to an account that's pertaining to the sewer, and it is a sewer upgrade project account. There's $75.69 in it. So what we're going to do is transfer that to another account, which will go to First Southern State Bank account, and I have the pending. I don't want to read the numbers off. You like the account numbers, but it will go into that account. And so it'll be $75 and a few cents from Fidelity, which we're closing that First Fidelity wastewater upgrade project into a wastewater account at First Southern. Then the other one that we have is a dormant account, and it is at First Southern, and it is going to be closed out, and it's going to go into that same wastewater treatment plant account. And the reason you do this is one thing, you know, you don't have any money in there, and you want to just close them out. And the more accounts we have, it's just harder to keep up with. You know, to keep up, it's just a lot of paperwork each month to keep up with these accounts. And if you're not using them, there's no use having them. The next thing I have on my list is I had been trying to get some prices on cabinets in that room that we built back earlier in this administration. This guy, this Unique Cabinets here in Rainsville, he came and gave us a price of $2,950. It's overhead cabinets over the top of our filing cabinets, and this will be where we can store other documents and books and all that over the top of it. So I'll be bringing that for you. The next thing on my list is Jeremy Penninger resigned a week or so ago, and we'll take up his resignation tonight. And the chief, I'm sure, is going to be looking for another officer.
Yes, sir.
I didn't figure we'd be getting out of hiring another one. I didn't know. So, all right.
Unless you want to pay overtime.
Okay, let's move on. No,
You gonna work overtime?
No, if he wants to pay
We'll just use that, pay John, and put it in the fire department.
Would you consider using Councilman to her?
Marshall, you got anything? Okay. To Harry.
I don't have anything else.
All right.
Done good.
Byron.
Mayor, I got
Let's go books.
all the culverts, tile that we've been working on replacing due to asphalt falling in, drainage. We've got a price that will put us in compliance with our new ordinances on our culverts, pouring the head walls around all those, and they shovel them. That's $17,500.
I think there's 17 of them.
What?
There's 17 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for $1,000 apiece.
That will take care of all those. Also, they're gonna be, we've got 3 locations that we've had to put the tile in. One of them being down on Brown's Chapel, one of them over on Clements Road, and the other one is over on Rainbow, where we had cut it and they put it back, but they didn't put it back good, so we're gonna go ahead and place it. That's gonna be about $3,500 to asphalt those till we get by, till we get ready to pave them later on, which is gonna be a while. So I'll bring that to you. Also, I'm gonna bring a resolution and a contract to you from the state with the flashing lights over at the top of the mountain. Me and Representative Ledbetter and Councilman Hurry and the rest of the council mayors worked on this back in January. That's installing those flashing lights, dangerous intersection signs at the top of the mountain. That's not gonna cost us anything. All we're gonna have to do to that is do maintenance with it. So it'll be our maintenance. It's the same way it is at the Cornerstone School up there with those flashing lights. we maintenance those and it'll be the same way with these. And I guess that's all I have right now.
Okay. Freeman.
I don't have anything to spend money on, but I wanted to address something since we've got all kind of media and stuff here tonight. Next Monday, we're having a zoning board meeting. And it's gonna be at the Bevel Center. Odds are it's probably gonna be an auditorium because the Joe Bowling Room isn't gonna hold it. I mean, it's wide from the public. But I want the citizens to respect the fact, if you don't live in that subdivision, I urge you to attend, you're more than welcome. But we're not gonna waste everybody's time. If you're not in that subdivision, you're not gonna be talking about it. You can listen. We're gonna have the pros and cons from the people that live there. We'll listen to Katina and everything that she has to say, and if she brings someone in there to speak, they'll be all for listening. But we're not gonna turn this into a big circus. I mean, I'm getting phone calls till midnight and people doing that. Had people show up at my house last Sunday, walked up in the yard addressing this. I'm not gonna have a big fiasco. I've done talked to the zoning board, the president, stuff that's on that. They're upset because I don't know who, they wouldn't tell me names, but there's people that's out working, the pro and con this, that's could be elected, could not. And we can't do that. Our job is to go, listen to everything, have everything brought up to the zoning board, and let's take their recommendation, bring it to the council, and then vote on it. We're not allowed in any way to sway a vote one way or the other. That's not what we're up here to do. And I ask the people to really consider that. And I ask you to attend the meeting, but just be real respectful. If you're not in that subdivision, that's who we're listening to. And that's all I got. That's what he said.
What time? Thank you.
5 o'clock.
Well, I got something I'm gonna say. I don't know what you're implying there about the elected or non-elected. I hadn't talked to anybody that works on
I
it.
didn't mention nobody's name, Marshall.
Well, you text me, and I've got the text to prove it.
Mm-hmm. Did I ask you
Because I
why?
went and asked, because I had somebody call me about that situation, and they wanted to know who was on the zoning board. And I looked to see who, I asked Richard who was on it, and then within 15 minutes, you text me and said, well, I was on to know who was on your board.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the proof.
Okay. This has nothing to do with that, but okay.
Well, you said elected or not, and I just want to make it clear. That's all I got to say.
Okay, moving on. Derek?
All right. I'm gonna kind of reiterate what Chief Wright said. I want to thank Blue Scope. They donated $2,500 to the fire department. This is for our advanced life support, ALS. We appreciate it. Also, RTI and Body Vision are going to be donating some funds for 2 iPads. I'll be bringing this up too tonight and go ahead and pass it. That way we can use that money back up a little bit. But RTI and Body Vision, they donated $820, or they're going to donate $820 to buy 2 iPads for reports, patient refusals, and patient information. Basically, we're just getting up to speed and making it more efficient for our fire department to be more successful and allow us to do the fire building plans. Also, October is Fire Prevention Month. Fire department's going to be visiting Plainview, Cornerstone, local daycares. They're going to educate the youth on the importance of fire prevention and fire safety.
Try to do it every year.
Every year. With your guys' approval, we'd like to, I'm going to bring up $1,500 to help this effort here.
Okay.
So I appreciate y'all's support on that. Also, like Chief said, there'll be a CPR class on the 9th this month at 1 o'clock. Also, there's one on the 15th, but I think we're only taking some for the 9th, right?
That's right.
Because the 15th is booked. Also, I'd like to bring this up. We're going to be applying for the Firehouse sub-grant. It's for a UTV with medical skid, brush fire capabilities. That way, if there's a brush fire somewhere, we can't get one of our trucks in there because that truck that we have now, if you go out in the field with it, it might get stuck. So we're gonna try to apply for this grant. It's 100%, it's not 80-20 or anything like that. So if we get this grant, basically, it'll pay for the stuff that we're trying to ask for. So I'll bring that up for approval for you guys to let us go ahead and go forward with that grant. Also, we talked a little bit about the Veteran Memorial. I'd like to go ahead and I'm going to be bringing up some people to do a committee. Basically what that is to make sure the flags are not tattered, Veterans Day, Memorial Day events. If anything's going on with the memorial, they can kind of report to us and we can get it fixed. I think there was a little bit of issue last meeting with if we got it or not. My understanding is, we done this through the beautification board. So is that not, can we kind of clarify that tonight, make sure? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's city property.
It is city
Well,
property.
we just wanted to know if city
Right.
adopted it.
Right.
Yes,
If
sir.
they haven't, we need to adopt it.
Yeah.
If I need to go ahead, if I need to adopt it,
I
I'll
would
adopt it
just,
tonight.
I would just make the motion to adopt.
Okay.
You know,
I'll make
that
a
is part
motion
of the
to
city.
adopt it.
That way, if you spend any money on it, you'll be okay.
Okay.
I don't think you would have to because it was done through the
Beautification.
beautification.
Right.
And it's a board of the city.
Should they have the money set on the side for that? Any
It's,
extra money?
Everything come out of the beautification account when we built it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Mhm.
And
You
people
spend-
donated.
You spend my money?
if you put
No.
it in there, you do.
The
Did you donate some?
Did you?
My
Well,
life.
we spent your money.
We raised, and I may be a little off on this, but I think we raised a little over $32,000 to build this memorial. And it's dear to my heart because I'm a veteran as well, and I know it's a lot dear to other people's hearts. So I just want to make sure that this thing's taken care of.
Sure, yeah, that's what my goal is.
And I know that, well, I'm not saying it's not, I'm just
Yeah.
saying that I want to make sure we do this right,
Yeah.
and it's done, and we can move forward, so we ain't got to worry about it.
Well, I don't have any problem
Well,
with it. We just need to adopt it, make sure.
I'll bring it up to
We'll put
motion
it
to
in
adopt it.
insurance.
Yes.
See, we've already put it on the insurance.
Put it on the
Yes. And like those lights that we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
the caution lights, we put those on our insurance too. And that way, we're kind of covered if something happens to them, because they're about $1,500, $2,000 when you get one knocked
We'll
down.
just make sure it's covered.
You know, I think they actually said these is gonna be about $2,500 a piece, so. But anyway,
I'll be bringing up, some people that kind of help with this, right now I'm gonna bring up Karen Guffey. She said she'd be a part of it. Tommy Williams, he called me today, said he'd like to be a part of it. And also Ashley Rawson, which I will not be bringing up because that'd be a conflict. So if you gentlemen want to bring that up, you are more than welcome. But she asked if she could do that because she was a part of it. I'll have to abstain my vote on that. But that's really all I got. And I want to appreciate you, Chief, what you're doing at the fire department. You're doing good things. And we've still got 18 to 20 volunteers still.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
I think we're at 19 with one that's ready to be put in place.
Right, okay. Good deal. That's all I got. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate it.
all right. We'll take a 10-minute break. Okay, I'll call the meeting to order and have roll call. Marshall? Here. Bijan?
Here.
Ricky?
Here.
Brandon?
Here.
Derek?
Here.
All right, everybody's here. What about approving the minutes?
I make a motion, we approve the minutes as presented.
I second it.
Have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. I'm gonna start with Byron. You got something on that?
Yeah, Mayor, first of all, I'd like to bring out we got 3 locations on the highway, on Bronx Chapel Road. One of them's on Clements Road, the other one's on Rainbow. It's where the road's been cut, putting in tile, paved those back with TNT. $3,500, I'd like to entertain a motion, we pass that, replace that, and fix that back.
So we're repairing the road where we actually put a new culvert underneath it.
Right.
Okay, all right. I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? I have heard a lot of people talk about that they'd like to get us to fix that spot in that, especially that Brown Chapel Road. A lot of people travels that road. So that'll be good if we can get that done. Okay, go ahead.
Well, you know, the night that Ricky Dobbins called me about that, there was actually a hole in the road, and they had that left lane going down the street blocked completely off. And I stopped and looked at it, and there was actually a hole about 14, 16 inches in diameter, fell through, and it was like a tunnel on it. So that's the reason we've had to replace a lot of these tiles, these culverts, due to the fact all the rain stuff. We've had the same issues over on 3rd and 4th Avenue. So this is just part of the process of getting some of them repaired back, fixed back.
Okay, all right. What else you got?
The other ones, this is concerned 17 different ones, head walls on all of these culverts. Be some on Brown's Chapel, some on Clements, some on George Wallace. There are some on 3rd Avenue. There are different ones that has to have the head wall fixed on them. That's $17,580. That's Boozer and Son Construction.
Second.
I make a motion that we approve that.
Okay, we have a motion and Brandon seconded.
Yes, sir.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I have a maintenance agreement, Mayor. The mayor and the council has been working on the flashing lights at the top of the mountain because it's a very dangerous intersection. You know, we recently put lights up over there to where people could see how to turn in there, but there's been a lot of wrecks and stuff there. I know Councilman Tahiri done a traffic count stuff over there, but Representative Nathaniel Ledbetter helped us meeting with the highway director and helped us get some lights that'll be flashing lights at the top of the mountain. And all we have to do is maintain them. It'll be the same contract as the one that we have at Cornerstone with those flashing lights up there. So I'd like to thank him for helping us with that. And it's a resolution 8/7/8717. Entered in that, I'll make a motion that we accept that pass that resolution to do the maintenance on those lights.
I'll second on that.
All right, we have a motion and a second for a resolution for the flashing lights at Love Road and Highway 35 intersection. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Also, Mayor, we need to hire Sam to do the engineering on the Paragon Ranch Road project. I put that in the form of motion.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. That is pending approval from ADECA with that, so we can go ahead and do it now pending approval. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
Other thing, we need to hire Kim Irwin, Morton and Associates. It's one that's working the grant for us on that project. So I make a motion that we hire Kim Irwin as there to handle that project for us.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to hire Kim Irwin with Morton Associates on the Paragon project. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay. Derek?
All right, Mayor, I make a motion that we use the $2,500 that Blue Scope donated to us for the advanced life support supplies. I put that in form of motion.
Second.
We got the banks.
Have a motion and a second to use the $2,500 towards
Advanced life support.
advanced life support.
Yes.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
The next thing, make a motion that we use the $820 to purchase 2 iPads for the fire department. That's from RTI and Body Vision. Put that in form of motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for, to use the money from RTI and Body Vision for iPads. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Also remember that October is the fire prevention month.
I'll make a motion that we use $1,500 in support of this effort. Like I said, we'll be visiting Plainview, Cornerstone, and local daycares. So I'll put that in form of a motion.
Have a motion?
I'll say.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
The next thing is the firehouse sub-grant that I talked about. Basically, it's a checklist for the grant that we had it's got to go through the council. It's a 100% grant, so I'm gonna make that a motion that we go ahead and give us permission to apply for this $25,000 grant.
I second his motion, Mayor.
All right, we have a motion and a second to apply for firehouse sub-grant. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
Next thing I have, do I need to make this, I guess make a motion to form a veteran committee? Okay, I'll make a motion that we form a veteran memorial committee. I guess Rainsville Veteran Memorial Committee. I'm gonna put that in form of a
You want to
motion.
put those names on?
Go ahead and put your.
Can I go ahead and put
yeah,
those
go
names?
your name to it.
Okay. All right.
First of
Sorry,
all,
Mayor.
you missed adopted, and
If
Go ahead and
you,
adopt it.
yeah, you can do either one first, but I would just let one of them do it if,
I'll
because
do
you will.
Okay.
What's your name?
Okay.
let's adopt it first.
Just do the adoption first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put that in form of a motion to adopt it.
Okay.
I second on this motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second to adopt the Veterans Memorial as part of the city property. All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Okay, we've got that done. Now then, the board that's gonna be over that, kind of overseeing it, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about that too. We need somebody that's overseeing that, overseeing the flags, looking after all this. Sammy does a great job, seeing after the flags and putting them up. And the city workers, all the people that works at the city goes and helps, you know, and that's great. But it's good to have somebody to kind of oversee that down there too. And when you're talking about the Veterans Memorial, this year we had a Veterans Day, you know, like had a get together for that Veterans Memorial that day, and it was like put together real quick. I would like to see them do something and really put a lot of planning into it, really, you know, advertise it, you know, get it out there and let's have something.
Yeah, I like to do actually a parade.
Yes, and do something that day, you know, and let's have.
I think we can do some kind of parade and make it end at the Veterans Memorial, and then have a presentation there would be pretty neat.
Well, that was good, what we had last year, but I think we need to build on
Well,
that.
I've talked with these people, and, you know, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna be the one to plan, you know, these Memorial Day, Veteran Day, the events, the flag, you talked about the flags, keeping the grass, you know, helping with the garden club, keeping the grass and stuff out of the flowers and stuff like that. But, you know, and I wanna say something real quick too. We may, Charles Martin, I've been talking with him, and, he may have a guy down in Montgomery that may donate the sandstone that we talked about capping it. And if that's the case, myself and probably some other individuals, you are more welcome to help if you want anybody out there. But we're actually going to just do it ourselves. That way it don't have to cost any more money to have somebody to do it. So if all that works out, I just want to throw that out there too.
Okay, all right, the committee now.
That's all I got.
I'm gonna make a motion that we start a Veterans Memorial Committee consisting of Ashley Rawson, Karen Guffey, and Tommy Williams.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the Veterans Memorial Committee. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I abstain my vote on Ashley.
Okay.
Vote yes for
One abstention.
Karen and
Okay, is that all, Derek?
yes, Mayor, that's it. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Bring up those.
Oh,
I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and do this for you. Sorry, I make a motion that we close out a dormant bank account with First Fidelity Bank. I'll put that in form of motion.
Second.
okay, and we're
We're
transferring.
gonna transfer that money to the sewer upgrade account,
Yes,
the $75 and some change.
yeah, whatever it is, 75 or 76.
I'll put that in form of motion that we close that out.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to close out bank account at First Fidelity to move it to First Southern State Bank into another sewer account that's already established. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I sustain my vote, Mayor.
Okay?
My wife has went to work for First Southern,
Mm-hmm.
Fort Payne, so, in the ethics law, so I'm gonna sustain my vote due to that record, and I want people to understand that's the reason I sustain my vote.
Okay, all right.
Also make a motion, Mayor, that we close out dormant bank account at First Southern State Bank. I don't think there's any money in there that I'm aware of.
There's,
Are they? There is a
how
little bit.
much?
It's 5,000.
There's like $5,000.
Okay.
And what we're doing is we're moving it over.
We're gonna move it to the sewer upgrade account.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
Okay.
In the
I
same
didn't know
way.
that one had that.
yeah. Okay,
So I'll put that in the form of motion.
I'll second.
all right, we have a motion and a second to close out an account at First Southern State Banks and move it into another account at First Southern State Banks. And it's $5,223.43 in it. Have them, all in favor, say aye. All opposed? We got one
I
abstention.
sustain.
Okay. I wanted to make sure we got that.
Also, I guess you got the estimate for the shelves, to go in the file room and over the drive-through.
Yes.
Correct? That's
Well, the drive-through is some counters underneath
right.
that we're getting repaired, and then the others is over the top of the filing
And
cabinet.
this would help us being organized
Yes.
and more efficient.
Mhm.
So I'll put that in the form of motion that we go ahead and go through $2,950.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to install new shelving and in the file room, and it's two drawer holders for in the drive-through for $2,950. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The last thing I think I have on my list is to accept the resignation of Jeremy Penninger as a police officer, pending, I don't know what day that was, but we will make it official today in the meeting, so.
All right, well, I'll make a motion that we accept Jeremy Penninger's resignation from the Rainsville Police Department pending their date.
Mhm.
I don't have it in front of me, it was one day last week before, that's all.
Make it effective.
Make it effective today,
Yeah.
I second his motion.
8/7/17.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
That's all I got.
Oh, yeah. Did somebody have the,
You ain't got to me yet, Mayor.
oh, I skipped you.
That's right.
Sorry. Brandon, you got a bunch of stuff. I know you probably will have.
I don't know how we covered him up.
Thank you, Jim.
It must have been that down. I'm gonna make a motion that we let the Hicks alleyway stay the way it is.
I'll second.
Okay. So that
Hicks.
we have a motion and a second to leave the alleyway on the Hicks subdivision as it is right now. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
I'm gonna make a motion that on the Mims alleyway that we give it back to the property owners.
I second his motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second on the Mims subdivision. Now, this is all in the paperwork that we have to give that property back to the residents. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
I'm gonna make a motion that on the Bowman alleyways, we give it back to the owners.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to give back the property on the Bowman subdivision. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
And I'm gonna make a motion that we pay the cleanup bill totaling $42,211.33
On the ADM.
on the ADM.
On ladies.
Now, I'd like to say something on the article that the Times Journal and the Mountain Valley View's done. I think that was real justification. What happened. And I think you handled it in a good way, because if you hadn't handled it that way, dealing with ADM, I know how they are. They'll be more lenient with you if you will address it, rather than just let it lay there. So I think they've done a good job, and I appreciate that.
Okay. All right, we have a motion in a second to, pay that.
We got a motion, I don't know if anybody
I'll
seconded it.
second it, Mayor.
Oh, okay.